Welcome everyone to HueFin News, where we give you guys news according to the charts. Today is October the 17th, 2017, and the market for the cryptocurrency has fallen today. But there was one outlier, one that we have been speaking on over the last couple of days, and that was Bitcoin Cash. We forecasted that they would be moving higher on yesterday, and we almost pinpointed precisely where Bitcoin will be moving to, and we will talk about that once we get into the chart. But before we do, please note that we are not investment advisors and we are not giving you investment advice, but rather we are giving you guys the interpretation of these price bars and volume. We are here to eliminate the confusion that so many other people have when they try to do any type of a chart analysis, whether it be for stocks, cryptocurrency, commodities, wherever it may be. For me, myself, being in that same position, trying to follow and see and understand what these other chartists are trying to say and do, I put it upon myself to make sure that I'm able to interpret and elaborate to everyone else in simplicity exactly what is occurring on these price charts. So that's why we have this channel here, to give you guys this interpretation as simple as possible to where everyone can understand it, and we are just simply eliminating that confusion that so many other individuals have on their charts. So here on this channel, all you will get is the price bars and the volume, and maybe some support and resistance lines, but that is it. We will not place anything else on our charts because it just makes your decision making foggy and cloudy, and then when it's time to actually place a trade on, or when it's actually time to get out of a trade, you are very hesitant to do that because you have so many indications telling you one way to go up, and then the next one's telling you to go down, and then you're trying to decide what do I need to do. So that's why we just do the price bars and the volume, and our analysis has been very accurate because these price bars and the volume is a language that we all need to know. Everyone needs to understand this language prior to anyone making any trades in the market. That's just how we feel here at HueFin News. It's just like when you go to a different country, you have to learn their language. When you go into their culture, their realm, their land, you got to know precisely how these individuals, this nation of people, act and dialogue with them once you get there. And it's the same thing when you're in the market. You have to understand the market. You got to understand the market participants, all those who are involved in the market, understand their culture, their nature, their feelings, their emotions, and you can get all of that through just the price bars and the volume. So with all that being said, I'm not going to waste your time. Please make sure you guys use the timestamps in the description if you're running short of time. As always, you guys can always go back and check out our videos just to get more understanding and gain that confidence that you yourself might need. And on top of that, the subscribers, the new ones, please go and check out our video calls, just some of the basics, because it gives you just some of the terms that the market uses that we have defined on that video, so you guys can understand some of the terminology that I will use consistently and daily on this channel. Now, it is not all inclusive. The language of the market is very in-depth, and it takes a lot of learning and practice to get this fully under your belt to where you'll feel confident into going into the market and placing trades. But we would definitely give you all the opportunity to learn this language because it is vital to anyone who places funds in the market. So without further ado, let's take a look at this website, and you guys can see that the market cap has plummeted today right around $169.4 billion. Yesterday it was at $175 billion, so it's like $5.6 billion exited the cryptocurrency market in one day. Now I understand that might be minuscule compared to the stock market, but when you're just getting out in the exchange, in the market for cryptocurrency, $5.6 billion is awfully a lot for any particular market, especially when they're just starting out. So you guys can see that Bitcoin ended the day down 2%. Ethereum is down 6.25. Ripple down 12.5%. Bitcoin Cash had a fantastic day. If you guys would have took us on what we said in our analysis for Bitcoin Cash, you too would be smiling on today. Litecoin ended the day down 8.27. Dash as well down almost 1%. Neo had another fantastic day, up 11.86. BitConnect is down 2.84. Monero down 5.01. IOTA ended the day in the positive, and Ethereum Classic just broke under the negative at 0.05. So we got a mixed bag going on in the market, but obviously there was some profit taking going on in the market, and we'll talk about that as we go and look at these charts. So you guys can take a look at Bitcoin. This is the crypto we are looking at right now. You guys can see that they are down 2.93%. Last trade was at $5,596.10. And Bitcoin, we said that we expected them to trade sideways to higher, and our sideways trading action included it between 5,400 and 6,000 on our video yesterday. But you guys can see that the volume is pretty much the same as yesterday. Buyers are in the market, and if you look at Bitcoin in smaller time frames, you guys can see that Bitcoin might have a little issue breaking through $5,600. But if it's possible, Bitcoin will continue to move higher. But currently, over the last 4 trading days, the market hasn't necessarily moved anywhere for Bitcoin. So we're still expecting them to move sideways. So that sideways will consist of $5,400 as the low, and then we'll take it to the high from the 15th of October, which was 5,877. So that's the range that we're expecting Bitcoin to be trading. Okay, now if Bitcoin cannot stay above $5,400, then the next area of support will be $5,000. So you guys, if you're in the market for Bitcoin, you got to stay abreast and pay attention to that particular area. If Bitcoin cannot stay above $5,600, it might come to 54. Now, if it breaks 54, then definitely the next area for Bitcoin will be 5,000. So just want to keep you guys aware of that. But we're looking for them to trade sideways, and that's between 5,400 and 5,877, $5,877. Okay, so now let's go to Ethereum. So Ethereum is down 5.75%. Last trade was at $315.88. So it came at no surprise. We told you that Ethereum was going to move lower. If you don't believe it, check out our video yesterday. This is how simple the understanding of this language is. We were expecting them to come to 320 though, but the market has definitely given us a wider spread on that note, and the market actually came all the way down to 308. So, but it was able to redeem itself and come and close right here at $315, right? Pay attention to the volume. The volume is also light, so that tells us that there wasn't any restriction on Ethereum moving lower. There wasn't no one necessarily in there from stopping Ethereum from moving lower. So we're still expecting them to trade sideways on tomorrow, and that will have to include possibly around the low from the 2nd of September was 325 to again $300 for Ethereum to come and trade. So we're looking around $300 and as the low, and the high would be around 325 for Ethereum to trade. So we're still expecting them to trade sideways We just want to make sure that the buyers are coming in for Ethereum. If so, then Ethereum may trade up to 325. If the buyers are not in the market on tomorrow, then $300 will be where Ethereum will be trading. So now we're going to look at Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is up 18.17%. Last trade was at $370.69. And we just told you yesterday, man, it just feels great once you get your analysis and your interpretation correct on these days. We said that Bitcoin Cash was trading sideways for the last couple of trading days, but the volume over the last 2 trading days were extremely light compared to the last 6 trading days. So we said that Bitcoin Cash will continue to trade sideways to higher. And then we said if higher, we said 360. And if the market was really strong, then we said expect 400. And look what happened. The market came right all the way up to $400. So that's in the past now. So we got to continue to move on. Opportunities are still out in the market. And that's one of the greatest things about understanding this language, because you could go anywhere and find opportunities. And that is very powerful for any trader. So you guys can see that Bitcoin Cash had a fantastic day. The volume is extremely high, higher than we have over the last month and a half. The volume has been exceedingly high. So that tells us that interest and higher prices are now here. But we still see that sellers came in the market and pushed the close of Bitcoin Cash to $368.53. So now $400 is going to be that area that we will need to see a push to go up bar. If we do not get a push to go up bar, then expect Bitcoin Cash to trade sideways. And it looks like the sideways action, if we do not get a push to go a bar, is going to be $400. Okay, all the way back down to the low from the 5th of October, which was $343. So that is the sideways trading action we're expecting for Bitcoin to go. But this bar definitely is a wider spread than Bitcoin Cash had over the last 2 or 3 weeks. So it looks like Bitcoin Cash will be trying to maintain its price area. So not necessarily for it to move lower. If anything, due to the spread of this bar, you would like to see Bitcoin Cash trade sideways to higher. So next one we are going to look at is going to be Ripple. So Ripple is down 10.52%. Last trade was at 22,920, and we told you guys yesterday that that Ripple will not be moving higher. And look what we got today. A push to go down bar. We were initially looking for Ripple to get to 24, and we said that the market is really weak, expected to trade between 23 cents. But the market came all the way down to 21, and buyers came in and pushed it back up to around 23 cents. So now, since we had these major precursors of weakness bars 2 days in a row, Ripple is looking to trade sideways, and that sideways will definitely be between 23 cents. We're going to go up 1 cent, 24 cents, okay, all the way back down to 21. That would be the area that we're expecting Ripple to be trading on tomorrow. If the buyers are in the market tomorrow, then 24 cents will be where Ripple will be trading. If the sellers are still in control due to all this amount of volume and the widespread bars, then expected to come back down to 21. But that's the area range we're expecting them to trade sideways. So next one is going to be Litecoin. So Litecoin is down 9.78%. You guys can see that the last trade for Litecoin was at $58.53. And this was one particular cryptocurrency we had to wait on. We had to wait for confirmation because yesterday's bar was like a trial run on light volume. And we had to wait to see if the buyers has bought up all the selling that occurred on the 15th of October on yesterday, and they did not. That's why Litecoin ended today lower, and the spread of today's bar is awfully wide, and the bar closed almost towards the low. So there's still a lot of selling in the market for Litecoin, and we're expecting them to at least come and touch $56 again. Okay, they might touch it like it did on the 13th of October and then close higher back up to around 60, but we're expecting them to at least come to $56. Now, if the market is really weak again on higher volume, then expect it to come back into this ascending triangle right here around $52. And while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and extend out this support line for Litecoin. Okay. Go ahead and extend that out too. There we go. So next one will be Dash. So Dash is down 1.65%. Last trade was at $297.51. So again, the volume for Dash today is almost the same as the last two trading days, but look how small that spread is. Man, that is very small compared to the amount of volume on the last 2 days. And look at their spread, it's a lot wider. So what occurred today? The buyers was in the market for Dash on today, and if anything, you would expect them to move higher on tomorrow. So that will be our analysis, and plus it's right here around that area of resistance / support around $300. So we're expecting Dash to trade sideways to maybe a little higher on tomorrow for the fact that the spread is smaller and the volume is about the same as the last two traded days. So obviously buyers were in the market here on today. So we would expect Dash to trade sideways to higher on tomorrow. And if it does move higher, it might come back to the high from the 16th, which was $313, or it might come all the way back up to $320, dependent on if the excitement is in the market for higher prices. Now, if the buyers are not able or not willing to buy more at $300, then the market will come back down to $280. Okay, so just keep that also in your mind as well. Or it might come down here to the low from the 13th and the 12th of October, which was $287. So just keep that there too. But this is a probable precursor of strength bar here. So now let's go to NEO. So NEO is up 8.07%. Last trade was at $30.82. And yesterday was a wash for us for NEO. So that's why we just said it will trade sideways between $26 and $30. And NEO shot up past that back into, I guess, the support line that we've drawn this line here. The market was able to close above it now. But it looks like $32 came and acted as resistance for NEO. So we're expecting them not to trade above $32. If so, it's going to take another bar like today in order to break it through that $32. If the buyers are still interested in the market, then yes, NEO could go to $34 on tomorrow. But since we have a lot of strength in the background for Neo, we would expect them to trade sideways to higher, and that will be between $30 all the way up to $34, if not possibly $36. Okay, so we're looking for them to go between $30 to around $34, but we're expecting them to trade sideways to higher. Now, before I go, please let me mention to you that we still acknowledge that stockpile is on today's bar. So if all this volume that occurred today in Neo was mostly selling, then the market would definitely come back to $28. Okay, so now we're going to go to Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic is down 1.60%. Last trade was at $11.71. And you guys can see that Ethereum Classic is the last cryptocurrency out of the ones that we do on a daily basis that has not had the opportunity to break out. And today's bar looked like it wanted to, but stockpile is still here for Ethereum Classic. The market will not move higher until all stockpile has been bought up. So this is like, we had it on the 15th, we have it today, and yesterday would have been the best opportunity for Ethereum Classic to move higher, and it tried today and it wasn't successful. So we'll have to say that Ethereum Classic will trade sideways to lower, and we're still looking at $11 for Ethereum Classic to be trading. The volume also for today's bar tell you that selling pressure was hitting the market. Selling stockpile was hitting the market for Ethereum Classic today. And the last one we're going to check out for today is going to be Monero. So Monero is down 5.94%. Last trade was at $90.30. Again, we knew that Monero couldn't break through that 105 area. We had that stockpile come in the market. We wanted them to trade sideways. That is what our analysis was for yesterday. And the market has given us a precursor of weakness bars. So we're expecting Monero to come right back down to around $85, given the amount of volume and the spread and where the bar closed at today. So we're expecting Monero to move lower to around $85. Please pay attention that where Monero is trading at now, right here around $90.20, that the market came and touched there and opened and closed there for a couple of trading days. So this might actually be where Monero may stop and then move higher from there. So just keep that in mind as well. So that's all we got for today. We here at HueFin News are giving you guys the news according to the charts, eliminating the confusion, making the analysis of these cryptocurrencies simple. That's what we do. And guys, like I said, continue to subscribe, continue to like, share, and also try to grab understanding of these price bars and volume to increase your knowledge as well as your profitability and the market. It just goes to show you that you can also learn the language of the markets, because we've called it on many occasions of where these cryptocurrencies will be traded, and that is proof alone to show you that you can continue to be profitable and maintain your profits while you are a trader. That's all I have for today. You guys stay profitable, and I'll talk to you guys later.